when I do the countdown, I get in trouble. I'm sitting here with my countdown like 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the FBI comes knocking at my door.
What is it you pray for?
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 118th episode of Abyssal Musings. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and with me is my co-host and partner, Lawrence Knight.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So apologies about the late start, folks. I am in the middle of trying to figure out how to strangle software, if that's possible. Like put my hands around its digital throat and just squeeze till it stops kicking right now. Fucking StreamYards. Anyway, but that was essentially the cause. I've been fighting with the stupid software for the last 25 minutes, and I'm pretty irritated with it. So, but welcome to the show, all. I would, I put out a post on the community tab earlier today that pretty much explained my feelings about the date today. So, if it comes up, I'll bring it up again. But anyhow, yeah, we're here, we're live, and hopefully the show goes smoothly from here on out. Knock on wood. Larry, how you doing? Larry?
Sorry about that. I don't know why I got paused, but I'm doing damn good. You know why? Because I'm drawing on the power of hate tonight. Hate on Valentine's Day. Hate Saint Valentine's. Hate.
Yeah. We'll be getting into that very soon.
Hate everybody. Hate Zillage. Damn it.
Before we do, I'm going to say hello to the chat. Larry did send me a screenshot saying he was first earlier.
No.
Let me just get through this.
I told you I got it handled. Go ahead and read from whatever you're seeing because you're about to ruin my mojo. Go ahead. Let's see who's first. We see Aaron Laura. Go from there. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Let me do it. We got Larry right after that. We've got Lepo with us tonight. And by the way, hello, Aaron. Sorry, I didn't say that when I had you up there on the screen. We have Jacob Gallo with us tonight. Sukanuka, hello. We have a increasingly rare sighting of Kohai Masochist, who stopped in to say hello right before she ditches us for Morpheus, the god of dreams. But thank you for stopping by. We do appreciate it, and we do miss you. So whenever you can come back, you're always welcome here. We also have with us Beak in the chat. Hello, Beak. I kind of used Beak last week on Beelzebub to get one over on Dermy. It was pretty funny. But I do apologize for using you, dude. We have Zillage with us tonight. Hello, my man. We have Cavateno popping up in chat there. I see Voraxelon is with us tonight. Hello, man. Scrolling on down, I think that's everybody who is currently in chat tonight. Remember, folks, we are alive on YouTube, Rumble, and Twix. So if you're in any of those places, please do drop something in the chats so that we can see that you're here. Also, JB popping in. All right. Now that we've got through that, go ahead and do your thing.
Jacob Gallo left a message for me and Aaron. I'm not going to go into a long rant. I'm just going to say this. That's earlier today. What do you see in the corner? First, who else do you see besides me? Nobody. Mic drop.
was that everything? Because I was prepared for like a 5-minute rant.
Nope. That's all I needed to say.
Okay. Well, welcome in, everybody. We appreciate you joining us for this most retarded of evenings.
I don't own this channel, Aaron. This is Sam's channel. Only Sam.
Yeah.
Only Sam is. He's the only one that can't be first. He puts up the thumbnail. He sets the show.
Yeah,
so
guys. guys, you got to take the shit up with Larry and Carrie. They're the ones who, as far as I can tell, have set all the rules for that stuff. I don't even play this stupid game anymore. So,
You never played it.
oh, I did way back in the day when it was just us on Amir's channel. Once upon a time, but
No, and then you flipped, and then you flipped. You're like, oh, it's more fun to just make you guys look stupid by saying, why are you guys effing doing this?
it is more fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said. That's why I don't listen to you when you get to say, "Oh, I don't know why you guys are doing that." You have as much fun with it as we do.
I just like watching the chaos. But anyhow, that aside, welcome in everybody. Larry, tell me about the hate.
Today's Valentine's Day, and if you love Valentine's Day, this ain't the show for you tonight. I can tell you that right now. We got some. First, we've got something to discuss with you guys, and then we've got some infamous news, and then we've got a very, very wise posted bit of advice for things to do for anti-Valentine's Day, and then we've got a list of bad Valentine's Day pickup lines, and I will say this in honor of hating Valentine's Day and everything that it stands for and how love can totally F you up. We're going to discuss one of my all-time favorite movies, The Last American Virgin.
I don't
You've
think
seen
I've
that
seen
movie,
that.
haven't you?
No, I don't think I have.
You've never seen it?
It doesn't seem like the kind of thing I would watch, man. I don't know, judging from the title alone.
Oh, it would. Oh, it would. You would watch it just for the ending. With you and how you like stuff, yeah. The ending will be your favorite of all time.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I do.
No.
Well, Aaron, that's because you live in Canada. So, I mean, this is an old 1980. The movie came out in like 1982.
They
Right?
have theaters
So,
in Canada.
I know, but Aaron probably wasn't born yet when it came out. I mean, hell, I was still a baby when it came out.
Yeah,
The
I
only
don't
reason
know.
I saw it, I just saw it on a Saturday afternoon because I was at home alone as a kid and there was nothing to do.
Yeah, I was also too. I think Aaron Laura's my age. Like we're the same age. So I'm
I'm
probably
probably the
oldest one in
oldest
here.
one.
Maybe chat.
Nope. In the chat, Aaron, but I can tell you what, right now, you are not the oldest. No, Aaron. I'm older than you.
Yeah, Larry's a couple years older than me, and I'm 44. So
Yep.
yeah,
I mean, Zillage is 100.
and then Carrie's older than both of us by a couple of years,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think. And there's a handful. Sasquatch, I'm pretty sure, is older than both of us. There are many though.
Asian Sasquatch.
Yeah.
JB, I'm older than you.
Beak says he's probably the oldest.
No.
Yeah.
Cavatino's older than me. I mean, shoot, Andy Pickle isn't here. I think Andy would be the oldest. Good Lord, Beak. Okay, yeah, you got
It might be. Oh, Beak says he's 59.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
yeah,
the same age
you
as
got to
Luke.
speak, dude.
He's like the same age as Luke Hazley.
Yeah. Pretty close. So yeah. So we've got a show for you tonight, folks. It's we do have a couple of more serious things that we need to talk about at some point, but overall this should be
it's gonna be the first thing. I'm just waiting on. Sorry, go ahead. I was waiting on more people to come in.
Yeah. Well, we got D-Day Direwolf with us joining us. I would I don't know. I don't really do betas, but I don't have a rig that can. I think we talked about this before, D-Day. I don't have a rig that can run Monster Hunter Wilds right now. I'm still running everything on a PS4. So it's one of those things. I'm gonna have to wait.
Hey, look, it's Amra. It's a lioness sighting. Well, here's the thing too, D-Day, is that I try to talk him into getting like a gaming laptop, something that'll last longer than the consoles that are more powerful, and but it's not his thing. And then you look at what just happened to PlayStation Network. PSN shut down, and a lot of PS5 users they couldn't use their games, even if their games were offline. They couldn't play them. It basically so
Okay,
everybody's for
cool.
like 20 hours. All PS5 owners, their system was basically a brick. They couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, the same thing happened to PS4 owner. They shut down the whole network. It was last week or whatever, but because yeah, it happened to me too. Because I also stream like stuff that I watch through there, like on the various streaming services and stuff. So yeah, it was a pretty long, boring night. But yeah, that's always a risk. But man, I mean, as far as like long lasting goes, I've had this console for like 8 fucking years, man.
Yeah.
And it
I'm
still
here,
runs.
but
So
I'm here, but hold on, okay? I'm just gonna get some tea.
Well, how long do you want us to
okay.
hold on? I mean, I've got grip strength, but I can't hold on forever.
Yeah. So and also when Larry's trying to talk me into joining the PC master race, I'm not a PC gamer. I fucking hate PC, like computer gaming. I hate keyboard and mouse. I hate all of that shit.
You
And
don't
I'm
have to
too
use
cheap
all
to
that.
buy
I
like
use it.
emulators and extra
You don't
shit.
have
So
to do all of that. I use an Xbox controller for on my games. You don't have to do that. Gaming computer, it will
yeah.
automatically convert it. It's no different with what I have. It's no different. I might as well have a PS5 or a Xbox One or something. All I do is just start the game up and grab my controller, and that's it. It's no
Yeah.
different. You're thinking about how it was like back in the 90s where you had to point and click. Now, yeah, you can do that if you want to, but most people aren't doing that.
Yeah, that's how it was the last time I had a PC that I played games on, which I'll admit was in like 1997.
Yeah, and that's what you're basing it off. The gaming computer,
Yes,
it's
I
not
am.
like
My
that now.
experience.
Yeah, and which I understand. What I'm saying to you is, it's not like that anymore. It's not.
Yeah. But I don't know. Sometimes, like you and I both know, we're getting to a point where we're pretty set in our ways about a lot of things. I've been a console gamer since 1986. That's
I
not going to
stay
change.
adapting. I stay adapting. So,
So
because I'm looking at what's going on, I'm like, the games that people are buying on consoles now are made on the damn PCs that you hate, and then they port them over. In fact,
yeah. Well, some of them are.
there's a game that's coming out in like 22 days that is still being held back because of the damn PS4 gamers, because people are still playing PS4, and so because the team who's creating it, the team isn't big enough to make a separate version for everybody else. So the game is basically technology wise is being held back because of the damn PS4.
Yeah. I know. I mean, and there are obvious like issues with that. Like when you get like system exclusives and stuff like that, like Bloodborne, for example, right? Bloodborne's a game I think everybody should play. I think it's a great fucking game. But until very, very recently, I mean, like a month ago, there was no way to play it on anything but PS4, right? And a lot of that has to do more with rights issues than it does with
Yep.
anything else. Sony holds exclusive rights to that, and they are not sharing. So I mean, they wouldn't even do like a remaster to update it to from 30 FPS to 60. So
60.
somebody else did that work because your standard frames per second right now is 60, right? Standard is.
Yeah, my laptop can hit 120 easy.
Sure, but most games like are made at a standard frame rate of 60 FPS.
Yeah, 60. Yeah,
Bloodborne is 30.
yeah, that's slow.
So, like,
that's
yeah. So it can be a little difficult, and you can't play it on anything else. There's no ports to like the next generation of console. It's not on any other kind of console. It's not on PC up until very recently. Some people decided to put together. They were working on it for years, but I think there is a working version of it now for PC, but it's all bootleg.
mm-hmm.
So
It's all booty leg.
play Cybertosin. Welcome in. So Yeah, JB, it's not that they can't port it, it's that they won't. Sony is the problem here. So
Yeah.
FromSoft made a deal with Sony to create the game. Sony fronted a bunch of money on that, but part of that, it ended up being that they ended up with the majority of the rights to the game itself. Otherwise, From probably would have done something different. They kind of screwed From on this. And so now, yeah, all of that is in Sony's hands, and it's just because Sony doesn't care about the game. You know, they don't, despite the fact that it would make them a fuckload of money if they did this, they just don't care about it. So, yeah. Anyhow, sorry, got a little sidetracked there a little bit.
No, I'm just waiting. So let's do this.
Don't tell me what to do.
What are you talking about?
Huh? Oh, hey. Gosh.
Hi.
I'm unmuted. Oh, lovely. Alrighty then.
Yes, we can hear you.
Alrighty then. Well then, what do you guys want to hear? I mean,
Well, let's not start that again.
oh, okay. I
Well,
thought we were-
before we get into anything else, I got a message from Carrie. Carrie asked me to. He's asking us to share something with our viewers. He's asking you to do the same thing tomorrow. Let me see. So, I'm sure as a lot of you guys don't know, you guys know who Mandatory Carry is. Unfortunately,
Yeah, he's one of the mods over here.
Yeah, he's one of the mods. Why can't I scroll down? But unfortunately, his daughter passed away. His daughter passed away the other day, and so okay, now I'm having issues with this thing. So his daughter passed away the other day, and he asked us to pass on some information. I guess it was a project that he was working on for her.
Yeah.
And
she was an adult, but she was not I think she was in her early 20s. And like he put out a video for it. If you guys check later, check the community tab. I did link to his video in the community tab on YouTube. And if you're on Twitter, I put out a post linking to that same video on my Twitter feed, where he dropped a video this morning, early this morning, and he talks about it as well as the project that he's working on with her.
Yeah, so apparently, so his daughter, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe she was very much into LARPing and cosplaying, things like that. And so Carrie's been working on a kind of a historic reenactment center, as you can see what it says on Facebook. So he just had metal, wood, plastic shop space, library, and I guess it's gonna be, I don't know what it means by select public. There's a website, and I will in a minute. I'll post the link, the Facebook link to it, if you guys want to take a look at it. And this is his daughter. I told him I would play it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Also, for those
She looked just like
who
him.
were who were looking for a more direct link, Shadow of Hawk, thank you. He just dropped a direct link to Carrie's video in the chat.
Good.
So,
all right, let me go ahead and play this. Why is it not? The sound keeps going out. There we go. Okay, something's going on with the sound. I don't know why, but this thing does not.
Something for my dad.
There it goes.
Hi everybody. My name's Kenny, and today I actually want to do something for my dad. So my dad is working. I am sponsoring this project of his. Other things of mine, if you want to figure me out, I am Ghost Up My Ass on TikTok and on Spotify. I have a podcast called Club Kenny. But so my dad is working on this project called The Park. It is a recreational rehabilitation center, essentially, that does historical and fantasy reenactments. Like one day they could reenact the Titanic, and the next we're reenacting Luke Skywalker fighting Darth Vader, right? And it'll be homes for people who need them. And essentially, my dad is working really, really hard on this. This is in the planning phase, right? But please support my dad on this. It's a huge dream of his. He really, really does want to help get people off the streets and help his family and support his community. And I really, really am proud of him for that. But yeah, go support the park, support my dad, support Club Kenny, support me. Love you all. It's nice seeing you guys.
Okay, yeah, that. So I don't know if Carrie is
Yeah.
watching right now. I know he's dealing with a lot. He did message me and say that he won't. He doesn't believe he'll be that he'll be around tomorrow when the mirror goes on to mod, and I understandably why. But if you guys find it in your heart to go ahead and support him, I mean, I can't speak for Sam. I definitely am. And so, I mean, I've got 2 kids, man. I can't imagine how hard that is. No parent should have to bury their child. And from what that website said, it looks like she passed away from complications stemming from diabetes.
Yeah, there was a particular device. I don't remember what it was called. Carrie talks about it a little bit more in detail in his video that helps notify when there's like a blood sugar problem and alerts you to it and helps
Yeah.
you regulate that. And I guess that just was there was an insurance issue where it just wasn't feasible for her to have anymore. And so she was caught unawares by a spike or something like that. I don't know all the specifics. Carrie would know more about that, and I don't want to talk out of turn, but yeah, it was something. It was a medical issue.
Yeah, and I know what device you're talking about. It goes in your arm. It goes on their arm,
It's like
and
a
it basically,
Gex or something.
yeah, it does all the work for you so that you don't have to check your blood or whatnot. Um, so I mean,
Yeah,
maybe Zillage. Yeah, if she was a type 1, it doesn't take much. Any kind of lapse in medication, anything. It doesn't take much to take you out. I mean, type 1 is no joke at all.
yeah,
But as I said, Carrie, our prayers are with you, man. Our hearts are with you, and we're gonna do what you wanted, man. We're gonna move on with the show, but we're gonna make sure that everybody knows about your project. Um, and those of you guys, you may not know Carrie as much as us, but we know that it took a lot for him to even ask that because Carrie is not somebody that wants to interrupt someone else's show and make something about him. So for him to to politely ask me to relay this, I know that took a lot from it. You know,
yeah, yeah. And he's a good dude. He's been supporting all of us for years.
yeah, yes,
Even even if he's sometimes kind of rude about it, he's been supporting all of us for years, and helping people find us, and just generally being there when we need somebody. Um, he's a good man, and he's a friend, and he's family. And he did ask. This is something that I have a little trouble helping him with, but I can help get the word out a little bit. He did ask for prayers for his daughter.
yeah, he did.
And so if you do pray, send prayers his family's way and for his daughter, if you would.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
definitely. And
yeah, you're right.
and
Zillich, you
I
suck.
did. I definitely prayed for his daughter, and but like it's like Sam said, Carrie's here for everybody. When Amira moved here from Transylvania, he was the first one to let her have some blood. So, you know,
We're going that route, are we? Oh man. Hey, sometimes you got to inject a little humor. On a different note, I just got some news myself about 4 minutes ago
okay,
about my own family. I am officially a great uncle. My niece just gave birth to a baby boy. baby girl. I don't know. It's hard to tell. They all kind of look
A
the
new
same at that
octopus.
age, like little wrinkled, hairless raisins.
New octopus. Well, we can't really tell the octopus gender when they're
Yep.
born.
Yeah.
Another
So, yeah,
tentacle in
she.
the family.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah. So apparently, I'm a great uncle now.
I don't know what it is about the last 24 hours. And then what was it like? Like 3 hours ago, I was messaging you, Sam, and I was like panicking. My son came down ill. He's had this fever since last night, and that sucker spiked to 104, and nothing was working. None of the medication, nothing. And we were getting everything ready, and we were getting ready to go to the hospital because he just looked lethargic. His eyes started rolling around his head, and I was like, "Oh no, that's it." And then a doctor was like, "Hey, what have you guys given him?" And we just said Tylenol. And he said, "Do you have any ibuprofen or Motrin?" And he was like, "Yeah, we got some Motrin." He was like, "Give that to him and wait about half an hour. If it doesn't work, then yeah, bring him in." Gave it to him. About 15 minutes later, the fever broke, and I was watching him. He was just, he had fell asleep, and then all of a sudden his eyes just opened up, and he sat up, and he just looked at me. I was like, "Oh, the fever must have broke." Sure enough, we grabbed him. Man, when I say that kid was sweating all over, I was like, "Yeah, the fever broke. Thank God." But I could that's scary for a parent. That is scary.
You sweat it out. But the thing is, kids can lose their hearing from high fevers
Yeah,
very
and that's what I
easily.
was afraid of.
Yeah.
And that's what I was afraid of because it was hovering
Yeah.
around 102, 103, and so we've been, giving him like Tylenol routinely, and then all of a sudden that fever was like F this Tylenol, and the Tylenol it just wasn't working anymore.
Yeah. I'm glad it's working out there too. I don't know. It seems like it's
Never.
it's a weird period of time. You know,
Yeah, it is.
I'm like
But
the same.
anyway,
lots of stuff. Yeah.
with all due,
And thank
with
you
all
for all the congrats, by the way, in the chat. Thank you for all the congrats. I didn't do anything, but and I'm
Hi.
more or less laughing because my baby sister, who's 3.5 years younger than I am, is a grandmother before I'm a grandfather. So I'm not too unhappy about that at all.
Oh, that's good. Let me ask you this question right quick. He's 5 years old. But with that said, let's get things started. Amir is here at the right time because we got some news. So here's the first thing that I caught today in the news. It caught my eye. So this high school teacher, he identifies as a cat, licked his hands and hissed at his students.
Mm,
Queensland High
good,
School.
good. So
Queensland High
so
School.
he can teach them how ridiculous it looks.
Well, parents have expressed their concern at Queensland High School teacher who has reportedly been referring to themselves as a cat, allegedly hissing at students and licking the back of their hands during class. The teacher, who works at Marsden State High School in Logan City, south of Brisbane, of course, is Australia, has reportedly asked students to call her Miss Purr. Multiple parents have claimed on social media. Photos and short videos first published by the Courier Mail show the teacher wearing a cat ear headband and lanyard with the word pun on it while in front of a classroom. She forces the children to call her Miss Purr and cat screeches and growls when they don't listen. Uh, she sits in class and licks her hands. It's absolutely disgusting. Something needs to be done about this. Yeah, this person is sick, man. Look,
I actually like it.
I have my issues with the whole mental health industry. There's a lot of ugly shit that came out of that in the last 100 years or so. However, this person is why they invented straitjackets.
No, wait, hear me out. I think this is a good thing. I think it's wonderful. See, I don't like it when kids are doing it and we're reinforcing it because they're kids with growing minds who aren't being taught proper life. This is an adult who's probably trolling in all seriousness, but this is an adult. Whatever this person does, you know, it at least it shows children how ridiculous it looks, and it deters them from falling down that path of becoming a furry or acting like a cat or whatever, you know?
True.
With luck, yeah.
But depending on the age of the students, they might think this is cool and normal.
Mm.
Yeah, if she's teaching like K through 2 or whatever, then yeah,
They're
there
gonna
could be
copy her.
problems there. Like, look, my own kid thought she was a puppy for like 3 years, and it was right around that age. Right, she grew out of it because that's what kids do.
Right.
But if she had been in this woman's classroom, that might have gone very differently.
Yeah, she might have bit you when you picked her up from school.
Right? Well, she tended to lick people like right upside the face. It was really uncomfortable and awkward.
D-Day, I like the way you think.
That's
Good enough. Good Lord.
damn, son.
He is not playing today, man. He's like that person. It'd be good to slice them up.
Well, that's how they used to test a new sword in Japan back in the Edo period. Was they'd just find one of the untouchable peoples, the ones they didn't even consider human, and they'd just cut them apart.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, Aaron, that's a teacher. And also,
Next
I saw
one.
what you said about my niece. That was fucked up.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't going to say anything, but
Well, wait a minute. What did she say about your niece?
congratulations
I
on
can
his niece
find it.
getting banged 9 months ago.
Yeah, thanks for that. Putting that fucking image in my head.
He didn't want that engine head.
All right. Now here's the next one. This was for Amira because I know she'll probably like this one. Taco Bell security guard brutally slaps female customer while video shows, and I do have the video.
Why would you think I like seeing women get slapped?
Because you're Amira. It's not the fact that she's getting slapped. It's
No, it
what
is the fact
led
that
up
she's
to
getting
it.
slapped.
It's what led up to it. A security guard at a California Taco Bell was caught on video viciously slapping a rambunctious customer who refused to leave the chain restaurant on Sunday. Now, from what I saw, the claims is that she was homeless. Footage shows a woman stalking away from. How do you stalk away from somebody? From the security guard at the Los Angeles location of the popular chalupa purveyor to punch in her order at a self-service desk. The larger male guard walked directly over to the patron, squares up to her, and lets loose a hard slap across the face. The security guard was telling her to leave, and she didn't want to because she was ordering food. Alejandro Sanchez, who recorded the viral video, then he just went off, and she started going crazy. He slapped the s out of her. It was crazy. Everybody was shocked. After being struck, the young-looking person held her face in stunned disbelief and walked away from the guard to the other end of the cantina. He follows the woman who is still holding her face as she stands beneath a television broadcasting the Super Bowl, and the two have a heated conversation before the guard escorts her out of the restaurant. How much you want to bet that he was threatening her? There's a skid row a couple of blocks away from here, and they just have a lot of traffic. Sanchez, a regular at the Taco Bell location, told the news outlet, while mulling whether the incident began because she looked homeless. He said employees of the Taco Titan seemed more concerned with him recording the incident than the slap itself. I do have a video of
So
it. I
Yes.
don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you.
Yeah.
You want to see it?
So before we do that, my first question is the same as Zillage's. Taco Bell has a security guard?
Do hungry people
What?
will steal a chalupa?
Yeah, but when does Taco Bell shell out for shit like that?
Mhm.
It's like, how
If it's
bad is
real-
that neighborhood that Taco Bell has a security guard?
I mean, I've seen KFC had security guard, not Taco Bell.
Yeah, I've never seen Taco Bell have a security guard either. But if it's near, well, here's the thing: it's basically in Skid Row. The guy said they said Skid Row's a couple of blocks away. No, thanks to Maxine Waters, Skid Row went from being one block to almost all of downtown LA. It's an entire section of downtown LA. So that's why they got a security guard. But if I was him, if I was security, I wouldn't even take a job going over there. I'd be like, hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Get jumped by some cracked out goons. Anyway, let's
And then
see.
pooped on.
Yeah,
Hey, Devil.
exactly.
What's up?
All right. Viewer discretion is
Oh my
advised.
God! Don't you have anything to do? Don't you gotta go to sleep? You know how I work in the morning?
I don't sleep. Yes, I do have
See,
work in the morning though.
that's your problem.
All right, Devil, to catch you up. I'll let Sam talk to you about Carrie. So I'm sure you heard about this
We
lady.
can
That,
talk about it after the show.
yeah. I'm sure you heard about this lady that got pimp slapped for going to Taco Bell, and the security guard he told her to leave. That's what they're saying. Apparently she didn't, and he yeah, well you'll see. Here we go. All righty. Slap her right around the world.
Wow. Could you okay. So wait. You see how she's dressed.
Yeah.
And then the slap was so beautiful. Her face went all the way from west to the east. It was beautiful.
You sound like Chisel Adonis saying that. From the east back to the west.
It was
Yeah,
a
he
beautiful
slapped the
slap.
mess.
Yes, I did.
Yep.
D-Day.
A proper slap needs to go you need to have the head go all the way.
He slapped the mess out of her.
Am I hearing echo?
Yeah, I'm hearing echo too. Somebody's got their
Yeah, there's an echo. Yep, that's Samira.
Yeah, he followed her out. So I mean, golly, man.
Like, it's hard for me to, like, I don't know, I have a problem with this when, like, you've seen literally people ripping, like, restaurants apart because they forgot their sweet and sour sauce and shit.
Yeah.
So if I had a restaurant and I even thought for 2 seconds that somebody's gonna do that, yeah, security guard slap the living crap out of them.
I hear that.
Mm.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm still shocked by the fact that there was a security guard present in a Taco Bell.
Well, there's that shit's expensive now, man. It's like a
Exactly,
bank
man.
now. You got to keep that shit safe.
Okay. Now,
Oh, I was just watching this.
what?
Trump. I was watching President Trump give a speech, and he was sitting right there, like just today.
What, the guy that slapped that lady?
No, not that one. President Trump doesn't slap any ladies publicly.
Yeah, he
Well-
did have another press conference today. I listened to it too.
Yeah, he did. Now, this is one of Samuel's ex-girlfriends. So she's 6'5", and she gets paid $75,000 a month, basically, to pick guys up and throw them over her shoulder. $7.50 an hour, just to hoist clients with her massive mitts, which are the third largest female hands in the world.
So she's disproportionate too, then, because like even at 6'5", like I'm 6'5", if her hands are that big, that's kind of, I don't know what they're
No, thank
feeding this
you.
woman.
Well, she's also got heels on too. I mean, because look, 6'5". I
Right.
mean, 6'5" is tall, but when you're like that, that's like 7 feet, dang near. That's like 6'8", 6'9" at that point, where her head is.
Yeah, with heels, yeah, absolutely. But she should cosplay Lady D.
Well, I'm sure exactly she could. But Sam, this is a promotional for you. I think that this young woman could help you. With a lot of your tendency to isolate.
Yeah, okay.
And her throwing you over her shoulder and walking away with you, probably after she's broken a wine bottle off upside your head or bounced one off of your head, so that you can't fight back. As she drags you away.
What kind of
I'm not paying for
freaking?
that.
This is some dirty fanfic or something, man. Like,
Yeah, this is not
well,
my fantasy, dude. I don't know where he's coming up with this.
she hits you with the
Like,
bottle and
don't
then
get me
takes
wrong.
advantage of you.
just hits her with a
Don't get me
bottle
wrong.
back.
Having a tall girl once in a while is not is a bit of a treat because there frankly aren't that many of them. But
Exactly.
it's
So you,
I get
wait,
dude.
so you telling
You
me
say
that
she charges $750 an hour. I can't afford $750 a fucking month.
but here's the thing though, Sam.
How much she charge for a high five?
Good luck reaching
Right?
that.
That's my price range.
But Sam, you can't. So you mean to tell me that you're not intrigued or interested in this woman at all? Not even in the tiniest bit.
She's a hooker. No.
That's probably Pearl Davis's sister. You guys remember what's her name? Pearl?
Oh,
Pearl Davis?
Pearly things.
that's why she's
Ugh.
that tall. She's out cutting fucking trees in Canada.
I'm not
Is that
against the girl. I'm
Aaron?
against being thrown over her
Aaron, is
shoulders,
that
man.
true?
Screw
Is she
that.
out there with you cutting trees, or Aaron, or is this you, Aaron?
No,
Oh,
if that's
man.
like Pearl Davis, I've long associated Pearl Davis with fucking overgrown lumberjacks.
But yeah, no, somebody. I'm sorry. In all seriousness, I'm not paying $700 just to be picked up and thrown over some chicks shoulder.
Yeah. She's all, you want to be thrown over my shoulder? I'm all like, no, by one sex. I'll take that part.
Yeah.
Devil, get it
Oh,
together.
Priorities, right, Devil?
yeah. Now there is one more thing, and this one was serious, and I just happened to watch. I was just happened to be watching another YouTuber, and this popped up. Now I'm
No
pretty
one
sure.
does.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Amir is going to want to talk about this tomorrow. But yeah, so a mass incident was stopped by a FBI tip, and this time the FBI went to this person's home and found out that this teenager was indeed is well part of the trans community, was on their way to school to do exactly what was in the headline.
So this
18 years old, that's an adult.
look like a little tranny Danny Bottaducci wanted to
Right?
shoot up a school, and they actually finally stopped one. They got the tip and actually did something about it.
Isn't it amazing what happens when the White House changes over to somebody who's actually doing their job and has a working brain?
It just makes you see how incompetent the former administration was. It's not that they didn't have it, they just weren't doing anything.
Well, they wanted it to happen so that they could take our guns from us. They were
Well,
Certainly.
never let a good tragedy go to waste. There was a Democrat said that. The former Democrat of Chicago said that.
it
And
was
I
actually it's actually in Stalinsky's book, Rules for Radicals, is never essentially. No, the thing is it's not just that, it's that there's more accountability now. they know that they could possibly lose their job. The last administration, no matter what they did, they weren't going to lose their job. Now Trump literally just told the IRS, start making cuts, start firing people. So I mean, yeah, it's now they're like, oh, we better start doing what we're supposed to be doing, otherwise we might not have a job next week.
Yep.
So
Wait,
yeah.
somebody in the chat said before she picks you up, how much would it cost to feed her for dinner? But thing is, I don't think she's asking to be fed first. I think she doesn't care
Yeah.
about being.
You don't have to buy dinner for hookers.
Wait,
That's
he's
one of
not.
the appeals.
Not a hooker.
Gosh.
It's like they can buy their own dinner. They're taking enough money as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I'm not
thinking she's
buying
not
you.
asking. She's not asking
She's
to
not
be
a
fed.
hooker though. Sam was just saying that because that's just his excuse to not pay her.
Freaking hookers all
She's
like,
selling
"Can you buy me a
sexual
chalupa?" I'd
fetish
be like,
favors.
"Hell
She's a
no."
hooker.
Yeah.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's she's prostituting herself. She's a hooker. You know,
Yeah.
those guys she's picking up and carrying around on her shoulders and shit, man, they are getting off on that. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, you can. I knew some dudes that were so hard up, and that's why a girl could shake their hand and they were having orgasms.
Yeah. No one's paying $750 to fucking be like, I just wanted to see if she could do it. No, they're getting the rocks off on it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But that is not this person here. It's the last person.
Ugh.
Well,
Things that make you go bleh.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
trying to. There's something else I had to go on and grab something else because, doggone it, I must have accidentally deleted something. Aha, here we go. But yeah, I wasn't expecting like a whole bunch of conversation on it, but I did want to show it, just to let people know that, hey, when you have a working president, these are the results that you get. You get a president that's actually doing their job.
And he's only been there for like 2 weeks. This is crazy.
3 weeks, but yes, yeah.
Things just barely just
Um,
turn around. They turned around so quickly.
He's been keeping his word left and freaking right. He even got that one guy who was stuck over in Russian prison for the last 3 years that they ignored while they got Griner out. Brought him
Yep.
home the other day.
And if I remember correctly, I think Putin. I don't even think he asked. I think Putin just was just like, here. Like he just handed him over.
Yeah, it was. I think it's actually part of a deal involving settling shit with Ukraine.
Now,
So hey, Tommy, welcome in.
hey Tommy.
Hey, what's
Now
up, Tommy?
and I know I'm
So,
powering through
yeah,
the news
it's,
faster than normal,
what it
but I
is.
want to get us to the good stuff. And here's starting with the good stuff. So I thought this was a joke earlier today when our good friend green hair anti-liberal posted this on X. But as I found out, it's not. So I'll read it. Ohio lawmakers have proposed a new law that bans men from ejaculating without intent of conception, would fine men up to $10,000 per ejaculation. The bill was brought forward by Democratic state reps Anita Somani and Tristan Reid. Men would be charged with a felony under the law if they engage with unprotected sex without the intent of impregnation. Exceptions under this law includes people ejaculating in the LGBTQ community, sperm donation, and masturbation. The lawmakers say the point of the quote conception begins at erection act is to call out the hypocrisy of bills that regulate women's bodies. In other words, abortion. This is them throwing a fit over abortion. Men would be charged $1,000 for the first offense, $5,000 for the second offense, and $10,000 for any offense after. Let's see what these num-nums say.
Sponsored by Democratic
Jacob
state
says,
Anita Somani, an OBGYN from Dublin, and
My body, my choice? Yeah.
Tristan Rader of Lakewood.
The whole entire point of this bill is to call out the hypocrisy of particularly the state legislature when they bring forward bills to regulate women's bodies.
Now, there are exceptions to the proposed law, which include sperm donation, contraception, and members of the LGBTQ community. Men face a maximum $10,000 fine after the third offense if they have sex with a woman without the intention of conceiving a child.
Men have the same rights no matter where they go in the country. Women have rights based on where they
Bullshit.
live.
It just misses the most basic biological facts and leans in towards middle school humor.
Austin Beigel with End Abortion Ohio calls the proposal disrespectful to the pro-life community and a waste of state resources.
They have to review it when they file it. They're going to have to stick a legal team on it, wasting time on that and delaying other bills that are trying to be reviewed as well.
ABC6 asking viewers about the proposal in an online poll. 26% said it's a good idea. 74% telling us it's a waste of time.
This may be considered a waste of money by some people, but
Some
we have
people,
had far
how about
bigger
the majority of Ohio?
misuse of taxpayer money in bills that have been proposed and passed.
The final draft still being written. The proposed legislation will get a hearing after it's submitted. But with a Republican-controlled legislature, the bill not expected to go anywhere.
For this particular bill, that's certainly okay. Again, the whole point of this bill wasn't to get it passed. The whole point of this bill was to call out the hypocrisy.
Now, here's how stupid they are. You can do all of that without wasting taxpayers' money. You're wasting taxpayers' money. And they can try to make it as general as they sound. This is about them getting pissed off about the abortion legislation that's going currently in Ohio. This isn't about all the other stuff. It's strictly about that. And I mean, that's my opinion.
I think it's a little deeper than that. So let me know if you guys can hear me, because I'm having some trouble with connection right now.
We can hear you.
Okay. I do think it's okay. I'm just checking. I do think it's a little deeper than that. I think you're right that this is a waste of taxpayers' money. This is them throwing a fit about the abortion stuff and all that. But I also think this plays into, we want people making babies, but we want to be able to kill those babies, right?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I think this is. I think it has a lot more to do with that.
That's what. Okay.
You know.
That's what I was saying, Sam.
You understand I'm having connection issues, right? It cut out like half of what you had said earlier.
Okay. Mira?
No, I'm going to hold my tongue for tomorrow, because I'm going to speak on this topic tomorrow too.
Okay, though. I've added this to the list, and don't worry, I'll add the would-be trans deleter as well. I've already put them on there. A devil?
What do I think of it?
Yeah.
I think it's freaking retarded, but that's most of the bills put forward by leftists. They know it can't get passed. They know if it did, it would get shot down in the courts. We get that all the time here in California, where Gavin Newsom will pass something so he can get back pats, even though he knows once it goes through the court system, it's going to get shot down and it's not going to stand. It's all just a show. It's the stupidest thing ever. Yeah, it's nothing but they want to sit there and, oh, look, men bad, abortion good, blah, blah, blah. Fuck them.
Yeah, Colorado's doing it. Colorado's at it again. They're trying to ban semi-automatic guns. They're saying, oh, any gun that has a detachable magazine. And I was like, well, that's damn near everything but muskets. And they know it's and they know what they're doing is unconstitutional.
Yeah.
But like you said,
Yeah. They do that all the time. Like, they'll be like, we're going to ban semi-automatic guns. Dumbasses don't know what semi-automatic gun. Most guns are semi-automatic. The only thing you're looking at that's not semi-automatic is revolvers.
Yeah.
Or one-shot rifles. So many guns fall under that. If you ban that, you're literally taking away 80-90% of the guns in this country, but they don't understand that. It's stupid.
I think they know. I think they're hoping that some stupid judge will pass it through. But they know this stuff. It's like you said, it's just virtue signaling. and it's a waste of taxpayer money.
They know that certain guns look scary, and they know that it's easier to convince people who don't know anything about guns that the AK-47 and the AR-15s, that, oh, these are scary guns, these are assault rifles, these are and people, they actually believe that. People look at them and they're like, oh yeah, those are big scary black guns because they're black and they're long and they look dangerous and they can have emissions.
She's really sexual.
I get it.
Oh
What?
no, it's black and
Nobody's saying
long.
that people think
Well, they are black and long, and they have things attached to them.
That's true.
What?
yeah, they have canisters attached to them.
Well, sometimes people put scopes and stuff on them, so people are like, "Oh my god, these are so dangerous." And oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call them black and long. I meant to say African American and long, but
No, black fine. Black guns matter.
Yeah, no one's intimidated by the white ones.
It's,
Right? Or the Asian ones.
Asians,
carbon fiber zip guns made over in Hong Kong.
Yeah. The little Asian ones only shoot one bullet.
You're good for a couple of shots, and then you got to toss them for something better.
So wait, what are the Arab ones then? What are the Arab ones? The ones that go boom? Great.
Oh man. Okay. So let's see.
I don't think I've ever heard too many stereotypes about Arab guns, ever. Huh.
No, only
Probably 'cause
Persian,
they'd shoot me.
Iraqi or Iranian guns are pretty good. They're decent.
Are they?
Yeah, I prefer Russian, but Persians, the Iranians, they make pretty good weapons too. Asian snap.
Persian guns, are they gold? Do they plate them in gold?
Are they gold?
Yeah, the Persian guns, they probably plate them in gold.
So many arrows get gold, make their guns gold. Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god. Hold on.
You think
I
that's
don't
not
know
very
what
practical
happened
though,
with-
because gold's a soft metal that is very malleable when it gets heated, right?
Yeah.
We're obsessed with gold. I mean, it's just a thing. We have golden toilets. It's a
Real
thing.
gold or just laced?
Real. Pure.
I bet the tarnish on that is a bitch to clean off.
Well, it's not our job to clean it up. That's why we have the Asians.
Nope. I'm gonna go steal Amira's toilet. That's how my retirement right there.
I didn't get a gold toilet. I don't need a gold toilet.
You don't need a gold toilet.
But let me tell you about my toilet, though. My toilet level is one of the best toilets you'll ever see. It lights up. It plays music. It has a fan and a squirt, a front squirt and a back squirt. The seat is heated, and the floors are heated, so you'll always be very comfortable. And my toilet sings to you, and it has a fan to dry you after washing you. So it's a very nice toilet.
I got a Bootsy toilet, man. It's cold as shit. And it doesn't sing to me at all.
Oh boy. Okay. So can you guys hear me?
Sam's so jealous of your toilet, he left.
Oh, we lost Sam? Oh, this is a good day. I'm just kidding.
You're here. No, yeah, you're here, Luke.
All right. So, Amira, I'm glad that you're here because as a lady, we could try these pickup lines on you. Bad Valentine's Day pickup lines.
No. We did this last time. I'm not doing this again. Oh my god.
We didn't do this last time, Amira.
We
Are you a
did.
Wi-Fi signal, Amira? Because I'm feeling a strong connection, but I'm not sure if it's just temporary.
No connection.
Hey, Amira, are you a parking ticket? Because you got fine written all over you, just like my love life.
I'm just
These
gonna say
suck.
grown.
I didn't write these.
Yeah, you want to hear a good one? This is what you say to a woman if you want to get slapped or lucky, and it's a crapshoot which way this will go. If you were a cookie, what kind of cookie would you be? And when she responds with whatever cookie, say macadamia nut, then you respond with, if you were a macadamia nut cookie, would you let me eat you?
I got a better pickup line. You just go to a girl and say, "My toilet sings to me." She's all like, "Yeah."
I know
Okay.
plenty of girls who would say, "Oh my god, I want to see it. Is it small too? It's so
You
Is one of
got
them
a
named Rachel?
you got a singing toilet? Count me in.
Speaking of I'm not gonna. I was about to say. Speaking of singing toys, where's Rachel? Where is Rachel right now? Anyway,
She's where is she? I think she's home. I think she's home.
Amira, what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
She did fall sick though, and I knew she
Oh,
would because she went to that party on the weekend. Remember?
oh, she got party crud.
Yeah,
Poor
she went to
thing.
that party. You guys remember last weekend? She said she was going to the.
Well, obviously she didn't wear a mask.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, didn't she wear like enough foundation? Oh, I forgot. Wait a minute. She's a fine actress.
Well, she tries to make herself darker with foundation. Yeah, she does use like 5 shades darker than her skin.
Really?
Yeah. You can
She's
get
trying.
sick going to those parties in the hood, right? So
That's probably what she's probably took. I've got a clock. I'm one of you.
She wants to be one so bad.
So moving forward, because I'm not gonna torture you guys with all the other stuff that I found. The main topic of this is now, Devil. Have you ever seen the Last American Virgin?
what?
The Last American Virgin. Have you ever seen that movie?
I know.
Really? Now I
Mm.
know Amira probably hasn't seen it. So what I wanted to do is because Sam and I both hate Valentine's Day. I don't know how you feel about it, Devil, but since God is love and you're not God, you probably hate it too. And Amira, well,
Mm-hmm.
you
Oh,
know,
Jesus Christ.
Amira loves Valentine's Day, I guess. But no, so there was this movie that came out, and I wanted to talk about this movie tonight because it's very profound. It's not just a silly teen movie, about some kid falling in love, but it's profound with life because this kid it's a story about how can I say it? These three guys are friends or whatnot. One of them meets this girl, he falls in love with her, but she doesn't feel the same way about him. She likes somebody else. So what does he do? He's pining over this chick while she's dating his best friend. So his best friend is screwing her, in the stands at the football field in the middle of the night, doing all this other stuff. This fool's sitting there, he's jealous and he's watching them and looking for his chance to jump in and try to steal her. Well, one day, his friend and the girl, they get in an argument, and they're in the library, and you can see it in his eyes. He's like, "Now's my chance to steal her." So he goes up to her and he's like, "What's going on?" And she gave him away out. She was like, "Hey, this is none of your business. Just kind of stay out of it." And he's like, "No, tell me." And she goes, "I'm pregnant." So what does he do? He goes to his job. He gets an advance. He gets a check in advance. Takes this girl to go get an abortion. Lets her stay with him while all her friends, everybody's gone to some ski slope or whatever. And in the end, after he thinks he's got the girl because she kissed him and whatnot, and so exactly, Laura, Aaron, he simped. He straight up simped for her. I've seen and I'll explain after. This is the last part of portion of the movie, right? I'm gonna turn the sound off because there's music. So, and I think his name is Barry. So the main girl, it's her birthday. They're all at her house. She invites Barry over. There's a remake of it. Oh Lord. So that's the fat dude with the glasses. That's one of the trio. There's Barry pulling up in his pink Cadillac. He's gonna ask old girl out. Look at, he's got his hair all slicked up. Got he's wearing all black. He's trying to look long and black with attachments. Right? Fat boy's dancing. No, his name is Gary. That's right. His name is Gary. So there's Gary. He's ready. He's ready to. He's got this little gift for this girl. He's looking for her. Right? He goes walking up in there, opens the door. What does he see? Boom. This dude paid $200. Now, keep in mind, this is 1982. $200 is a lot of money back then. He paid $200 for this girl to get an abortion. He solved old boy's problem for him. Look at it. He's getting it good. Look at it. That's Samuel action right there. She's so happy. Yeah, fool, because you solved their problem for him. I wouldn't have done it. Look at her happy. And then she opens her eyes and boom, oh crap, I got caught. Look at the look on his face. Look at her. That's that I got caught look. Look at the smirk on her face. And then there's this homeboy. Like, yeah.
Is that fucking Benedict Cumberbatch?
No, it's I think the guy only did like one movie. And he actually came out as gay sometime later. So he wasn't even into girls. but yeah, I mean you could see the look in his face. He's like, hey, my girl, yeah. Thanks. Simping ain't pimping.
So why are we this really shitty movie?
No, actually it is a good movie. But there's a point to it. I'm gonna skip over.
I could see this ending with the school shooting. That's all I'm saying.
No, it doesn't end with the school shooting. It ends just like this. You can't see it, but he's actually crying. He's crying.
Well, I can see the little bitches crying. It's
yeah, he's literally crying. He drives home, and for movies at that time, normally what you just saw, you would see that at the midway point, and at some point the kid would still get what he wanted in the end. What made The Last American Virgin so different is that he didn't get what he wanted, and he had chances to sleep with other women in the movie before he met that girl, and he didn't take it. Like, they were trying to hook up with hookers and stuff like that, and stuff would always happen, and he would end up not losing his virginity. But there was a few times where he had his chance and he didn't, and then he met that girl, and his friend actually met the girl through him. He met her first.
See, that's his problem. Is he should have been fucking hooking up with those chicks and shit and just ignored her. You know? That's
exactly. Now,
sadly, that's the best plan for these things.
Go ahead, Sam.
Let me regale you with a small tale. I knew a guy years ago, worked with him, knew him from like when we were kids and all that stuff. And he tells me this story because he was a bit of a loser in high school, same as me. Real long hair. Like I think he got a haircut for the first time in his life until he was probably 20 years old. Right. So he had like very, very, very long hair, and, straight dude, just, never cut his hair. And there was this really attractive, really popular girl that he was really into, and he was very shy and all that stuff. And he went for it. At one point, he worked up a nerve and he asked her out, and she spit in his face, literally spit in his face, opened her mouth and like hawked a loogie right at him and laughed at him. Right. It started walking off. And so he just, calls after her. He says, "Bitch, I'll make you wait," and walked the fuck off. And About 2 weeks later, she came crawling after him.
Point of the matter is like Devil said, why are you chasing after him? Because and the reason here's the thing too, the kid's not a total loser, and if you've seen this movie, I can tell you why. After he got her that abortion, she did show genuine attraction to him. Like she kissed him and everything. So it looked to him, he got what he wanted because they were bonding. They were, it wasn't just, oh, thank you and here's your kiss. They were together for like a couple of days, just doing whatever they were doing. So when he sees this, when he sees her, he's floored. Now, the thing about this movie is it's not just they're saying it's an authentic portrayal of team relationships. It's relationships in general. How many people do you want to bet right now that showed up at somebody's house with candies and stuff, for Valentine's Day and walked in on their girlfriend or boyfriend or spouse, cheating on them? I'm willing to bet that it's happened somewhere right now. As the
Yeah,
days go on, we're probably going to
happens all
start
the
reading
time.
about stuff. Yeah. In fact, I actually read a story. I think it happened a few years ago, but there was a married couple that the wife was like, told the husband, "Hey, let's go out, let's do something special for our, for our wedding. Let's like have a date, and we'll, almost like it's the first time, and we'll meet up. We'll meet up at this place and exchange gifts." He shows up, another guy shows up, and kills him. The wife set him up. The wife hired somebody, gave somebody 10 grand to kill him, and
That reminds me of something that happened out here once.
yeah. So with this, here's the point of this movie that I picked this one in particular. There was an interview. There was an interview a few years ago with Diane Franklin, who is the actress that plays the main girl, right? And she was saying they were talking about this movie. This movie is an American remake of a film that was done in Israel, and the director is from Israel. And it turns out he's the same guy that did the original film in Israel, and he wrote this story. And she said that she asked the guy what prompted him to write this movie so detailed and with the rich characters, and he said he had one of his friends come over to watch the movie to critique it, and he watched how she reacted, and he said by the time that movie was over, when Gary was in the car driving along, driving and crying, he said that girl was so angry that she was dang near throwing stuff at the TV. And then he looks at her and he says, "Why are you so angry at the girl?" And she was like, "That girl's a bitch." Da 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 da. And he said, "That's you." And she said, "What?" And he said, and he told her, he said, everything in that movie that girl didn't happen to him, she did that to him when he was in high school. She didn't remember any of it. As far as she had no idea that she had done all that stuff to him. He said, "You don't remember how you got pregnant and I paid for your abortion and I did all this stuff." And she said, "When I walked in on you kissing my now ex, by then was my ex best friend, I got in the car and cried all the way home." She had no idea that the entire story was basically his revenge on her. And he sat her down and had her watch it. And she didn't even realize that she was watching herself.
A lot of women don't see themselves. I said that yesterday. I forget who I was talking to. Oh, I was talking to you guys. I said a lot of women don't see themselves. They don't know what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm listening to Iron Oxide's show earlier today, and they had Gal on, and she was talking about some stuff involving simpage.
Devil was
and
on there too.
Yep. This would have been, I think, a little earlier in the show, but she essentially, she said, because she expects better of men, because she holds men to a higher standard than she does women, because women suck. A lot of this culture stuff she blames squarely on men, and I was at first, I'm like, what the fuck, right? But as I listened to her, I started to get what she was saying, and if she's right, the fact is without all these like one night stand douchebags and all of these simps, both of them, right? If men acted right, if all men acted right, women would fall in fucking line. But we don't all act right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've said it, and I've seen OnlyFans girls say it in interviews, and they always say if it wasn't for these simps, we wouldn't there wouldn't be an OnlyFans, or there would be an
Mm.
OnlyFans, but it would be something completely different. But as long as you have men that are encouraging this type of type of this of behavior and simping for these girls, they're like, you might as well take advantage of them. And I would guess that the girls are rationing to themselves, hey, we're not taking advantage of them. We're not forcing them to buy our content and watch us. They're doing it on their own.
Zealage
So
says, I think both are at fault. Zealage, no, it's men. Just like Larry is saying, if because men have control over everything. Women, whether they like to admit it or not, women are seeking the validation of men. Yeah, they do compete with other women. Women compete with other women and they kind of look for their validation between one another. But in truth, if what they're doing was not impressing men at all, not one man is impressed by what you're doing, or if the men set a standard to say, like, you're disgusting if you are undisciplined, if you've been with more than one or two people in your life, if you haven't been married, and so on and so forth, you're disgusting. Women would clean themselves up in a heartbeat, but simps exist.
mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Men,
yeah, and
men.
like I was saying, it's not just the simps though. It's also the douchebags, like who go around these guys who call themselves high value males so that they can sleep with as many women as possible, never marrying any of them, right?
Yeah.
That's the other side of that equation. You get these assholes doing that shit, and they're the reason that fucking um they're part of the reason. It takes both, right? Like the women flock to these dudes because they present themselves in a way that's irresistible, but they're not getting everything from them, right? They got to do the simps to get all of their other attentions and shit like that. But the simps will give that shit out without expecting anything in return,
What,
you know,
have you guys ever
and
heard the
that's
term? Yeah, they you wouldn't buy the cow if you're getting the milk for free.
Yeah,
With girls, that
by
means
the count.
giving out
yeah,
sex, easily. With guys, that's opening your fucking checking account and giving out money with nothing in return.
right.
If you're giving a chick money, why does she need to give you anything for it? She already got what she wants from you, god damn it.
Yeah.
She'll go to the dude for the
Right.
other shit she
Good
wants.
Well, and like
point. Good point. I didn't think about it that way. Because why? Because that's right. Because women are saying, I don't need no man. The only reason that they're saying that is because they already get the thing that the
They already get
milking.
what
They're
they
already
need.
milking you for your money, so they don't need you.
Yeah,
They feel
I,
like they don't need you.
yeah. I have a friend of mine that she was telling me the other day, that her closest her she calls him her closest friend, um, and her car broke down. He's a mechanic, and she was giving him crap because she called him for help, and he was working on somebody else's car. But when he found out that she was stranded, he dropped everything and went to take care, went to help her. And I said, this guy was in love with you, wasn't he? And she said, well, he was, but I told him that we would only be friends. And then I started asking her questions, and sure enough, simping. Anything she needed, boom, he was right there. And she was like, no, we're better off as friends, because it was a turn off to her. And even when the guy showed up to help her, and really her car didn't break down, it was a flat tire, and she didn't have a spare. When the guy showed up, she was like, no, I told you to finish the work that you were doing. Why'd you come and help me? And she's yelling at the guy, and he's like, you're stranded on a road in the middle of nowhere, and your 8-year-old daughter is with you. And you really think that I'm going to continue working on somebody else's car, and my friend and her daughter are stranded on a freaking road with nothing around, and it's snowing? It just
I mean, he's just being a good person at that point. I wouldn't say that that's simping, but
Yeah.
Well, she was looking at all the stuff that he was doing when he was in love with her, because he would always she said he would always drop whatever he was doing to help her. And I was thinking to myself, like, some people are just like that. But he was he was doing what this kid Gary was doing in this movie, running around trying to do everything, but it wasn't out of kindness. It was because he was in love with her, and he figured, through simping, that's how he was gonna, not simping, but he figured that's how he was gonna get her. And
Yeah.
instead, it had the opposite effect. So now anything he does, she's giving him crap. Because it's the default is, oh no, he's in love with me again. It's like, chick, it's 5 degrees outside. You're stranded and it's snowing and there's ice on the ground.
Well, that's why you do that and you say, yeah, I'm not gonna let you and your kids sit on the side of the road, and then like the next day you send her a bill.
And he
Well,
paid for the
that's,
tire. He paid for the tire to get fixed because she didn't have the money.
but I don't like one thing where a lot of people confuse men being just good people with being simps. People
Yeah.
can do good things for one another and not be simps. I
True.
I there is a difference. There's a simp is a fine line, right? You guys have to know the circumstances between the two.
I was going solely off of what she was saying because it
Well,
wasn't just that one incident. She told me a long history of all the stuff that he was doing, and then one day he dropped a bomb on her, and she told him, she said, "Hey, I'm not interested." And so now anything he does, that's the first thing on her mind is, this guy's still in love with me. I need to tell him, no, go back to what you're doing because I don't want to take advantage of him, or whatever's rolling around in her mind.
Well, she shouldn't have been calling him then for help. If that's the
That's what
case,
I'm
if
gonna
she really, yeah, if she really thought that he shouldn't be doing things, then she should not be calling him.
say.
Over 6. Kind of random, but okay.
But yeah, no, that was just for this movie. I know Valentine's Day has nothing to do with this movie, but it's a profound effect of a lot of the stuff that you're seeing now, and going with all the other stuff that I brought up. A married man was was murdered by his wife on Valentine's Day, or she had somebody do it. And when the cops asked her why did she do that, she said because she was ready to move on. She didn't want to be married to him anymore, and she wanted to move on with her life. She thought she could do better. And they said, "Well, so he didn't do anything to you?" And she said, "No, I just didn't want to be married to him anymore." So she thought it was easier to have him killed than to file for a divorce.
I'm surprised there's not a lot of dudes who get killed on Valentine's Day, to be honest.
I mean,
You know,
sometimes death is the only way. You know,
it probably does, but
sometimes,
I don't know.
sometimes death is the only option.
Yeah, no, I'm boring the hell out of her.
What? No,
uh,
I'm not.
Jacob says you're falling asleep.
I'm not. I'm relaxed.
Um, yeah, Lapone, and it didn't work either. The cops saw right through it. They caught the guy, and the guy squealed like a pig. It was like, yeah, she gave me 10 grand to take him out. So, but with that said, this show wasn't meant to be a long one. Uh, would you like to plug
You got
any?
a yawn, devil. You need to close your camera
Why?
because you're gonna start a chain reaction. You know that's how it happens. You know that.
That's
So
yeah. Then that's how I know you guys aren't sociopaths. If you
I just
yawn,
yawned. So I just
if
yawned.
you
well, I
if somebody yawns and you yawn, it's one of the signs that you're not a sociopath.
well I didn't yawn. Shoot. I
Yep.
mean,
Now we know.
oh yeah. That's
Amir is
yeah.
an ISTP. ISTPs don't yawn.
That's true.
But in any event, so the quiz was going to be today, but after Carrie messaged us and told us what was going on, Sam and I we just didn't have the bandwidth to put to put it together. So it will be next week. Um, is it Devil? You want to push anything?
Yeah, check out Beazle Bubble Hub, whatever the hell Amir calls it, here in what, less than an hour. over on my channel.
Beetlejuice Pub.
There you go. The Beetlejuice Club. Yeah.
Amira, anything you want to say?
Why are you so sour, Devil? Why?
It's been a long night.
You want to say something?
Go on Rose Gallery. That'll take a lot out of you.
Yeah.
That's a fun show to be on, but it's a long
No,
one.
thank you, Larry, for inviting me over. And Samael just keeps on coming in and out of the party. Um, Samael, this is your house, but you keep walking out the door and coming back. So
He's like a
um,
Valentine's
Well,
Day
I
skid
keep
rat.
thinking about going for cigarettes and not coming back, but
I see that.
responsibilities.
Don't do that to Larry. He's already gone through enough of that.
Look,
Wow.
I mean, like I said,
Be
Sam
a
is like
statistic.
Sam is like a Valentine's Day STD. He ain't going. He's
Oh,
hard.
come on. Come on.
I'm just messing with
Look,
you.
I'll tell you all right fucking now, right? Valentine's Day is a goddamn scam, right? First of all, the whole St. Valentine thing, right, that the Catholics believe in, they
Oh,
think
God,
that
here
this,
we
this
go.
motherfucker went out to Ireland and purged it of snakes. There are no snakes in the fossil record, ever. There were never snakes in Ireland. Dude was a fucking fraud. And secondly, because I'm not Catholic, I don't deal with that shit. The other thing
Why'd you get him
is
started,
everything
Larry?
that everybody
Why?
thinks of about this Valentine's Day crap all comes from the 1920s and the fucking Hallmark Company, right?
Oh
It's a
my God.
scam. It's a scam. Look, if you don't
Larry.
love and appreciate your significant other every fucking day and you need a special day to do it, you're not fucking doing it right. I'm sorry. Now I'm done.
So, in other words, you do have snakes on the brain.
Nah, I just don't like fucking
That's what I
liars
got
that
from the
get
whole
sainted.
Let
Now-
Sam cook. DJ. No, DJ. Because as soon as he gets started, he doesn't stop. You
I don't
you've
rant
never
that much
heard him
anymore,
go.
but on occasion.
Amir, but you do have to admit though. I'm like, I don't know why you hate Valentine's Day, but that's one of the reasons why I hate Valentine's Day is just the pink. Everywhere I go, I can't get away from the candy and all that stuff. And it's a commercialized holiday. It is.
Whatever.
All of a
Captain.
sudden, everybody decides that day you love your spouse. You're supposed to love your spouse every day. So tell your spouse you love them every day. You
I
pick
hate
that.
anything happy. I just do. It's just no. I tell you why I
So
hate
you hate
everything
me?
happy. No, listen, I hate everything happy. The reason is there's a scientific reason behind this. I hate it because I feel like we are being forced to be happy or being forced to be loving or being forced, on these special days. Like Sam says, these special days where you must do this or you're supposed to do this. And it just pisses me off. I hate birthdays. I hate when people are forced to come to me and say happy birthday.
But
We were
nobody's
thinking about
forcing.
you.
But you're not forcing anybody to do it. They say happy birthday to you because they care about you
No,
and they
but
want
the
you to
thing
know they
is,
care.
they you can notice me on normal days. You don't need to notice me
Yes.
on the day that I came out of my mother. It's just, to me, I just hate days that are dedicated to happiness. Okay, that's why I love
But the birthday isn't every day though, Amira.
whatever. We're not
You want me to
having this
say, hey
conversation.
Amira, happy 23rd birthday every day?
God damn, we're not having this conversation right now. Can we get off now? Serious? Can we get off? I thought we were doing outros.
Well, you want to get off.
We are doing outros. So
yeah, we're doing off,
real
but
quick though,
outros, but she wants to get off.
Right. Well, Cavitano brought up that it was St. Patrick with with Ireland and not St. Valentine, and he's right about that. But you got to forgive me because A, I'm not Catholic, and B, they have more saints than the Hindus have gods. So I got them mixed up. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, Sam, I guess I'll go next. You guys can catch me tomorrow as a moderator in the world famous Exile Lioness 2 channel. And you can catch me next week right here with my co-host. And next week is quiz day, and it will be Valentine's Day themed. So, kinda, sorta. I'm deviating more away from it, but kinda, sorta. Sam.
Yeah. Real quick, do you happen to
Okay.
have that link to Carrie's project?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. If you want to put that in the chat there, so I can get it out there.
Yeah, I'm glad Beak asked before we got it on. Now, Shadow did post it, but you know how tricky chats get, when once you close. There you go. There you guys go. All right.
Senkayo.
Sam, Devil's already he's already talked about Bell's a Pub. Amira, do you want to say anything?
I mean, if you ask me what I want to talk about, I have a topic that I love to talk about. It starts with J and ends.
Anyway,
I was.
Sam needs his
Can
channel. Okay, go
I?
ahead.
Are we done?
Oh, one more
We
thing.
lost Sam again.
We lost Sam again. In the next
He
upcoming
just went
weeks,
out for cigarettes, Devil. He's coming back.
the next couple of weeks, my channel, I will be pushing my channel back in full. Now that I've got a place to call my own in my family, so so I will be kicking things back up. I will be resuming my night's flash fiction stories. I'll also be doing some other stuff that I'm working on, and I'll keep you guys informed every week as we get going. Devil, any last comments?
Something
Go
about
sleep.
flaming cobras.
All right, and Mira.
Go sleep.
All right. Well, guys, it could be worse. Every day could be Valentine's Day.